Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. This is Mr. Jacobs as always. And today we're having a look at the Stanley Parable. Now as you can see, this game is already showing us how weird it's going to be just by kind of existing here. Like if you look at the screen, you can see I can select begin the game. And if I select begin the game here, it also selects it on the screen here and on the screen there and there on into infinity and beyond. Anyways, this is the Stanley Parable. This is made by the same people who made the Beginner's Guide, which is a video you might have seen of mine. Probably becoming one of my favorite developers in the gaming business. But let's go ahead and start. There is a lot of talking in this as well, but I hope you guys will bear with it. It is funny. It's good. This is an amazing game. If you haven't played it, you should. Definitely my favorite game of last year and one of my favorite games of all time. One of the achievements, even, it messes with the achievements. It says it's like go outside, and the only way to get it is to not play the game for 5 years and then start it back up after 5 years. I mean, you can mess with your clocks to do it, but that's dedication right there. Another one, I think you actually have to hack the game to be able to get the achievement, and that's by design. Yeah, the game is really weird. I'll take you through a couple of the different endings. We'll take you through the compliance ending, I suppose, and then...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Right, so here we are. He's narrating, he's telling us what we're going to do. So we're going to stand in here for a little while. And he should say something pretty soon. Yeah, like the game responds to what you do. The narrator does. Actually, we'll do the first ending that I know. Yep,
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Right, so that's an ending. So we've got the same decision now, but we're not gonna shut the door. We're gonna go out. And we're gonna walk around and explore. So the game is all about making decisions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So he said he enters the door on his left, and to be entirely honest, the first time I did this, I was like, I don't have to listen to you, you stupid narrator, and I went to the right. But I'm going to show you the compliance one first, because it's pretty good. It's worthwhile. There are a bunch of different endings that span multiple playthroughs. The game like really keeps track.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yep, so group cabal is blanked out, like they're like witches. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. So there's a whiteboard manager. Termination Tuesdays, office efficiency, yeah, floors meeting, pranking floors meeting, nice. Mergers, weekly targets admin. Let's see what's on this one. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. I'm not in the broom closet. I'm not. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Right. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... And that's been rubbed out. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Yeah, all the little notes and stuff have, there's like little secret things. Bi-quarterly post-review review. We need less reviews. The death sport portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's stupid. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap. Teenagers, a lot of percent, size of demographic, space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. Right? Colored in segment, the stock market somewhere here. What do people want? Things. Mike James, you are fired. Why did he get fired? Happy feelings. They don't want happy feelings. Money, more money. Things but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Profits, profits. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yep. You guys are all unique out there. Number of slides on this slide. Slides. Charts and slides. Awesome. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. That's so good. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Right? Please no more charts. Please, I'm begging. Stop. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? What are the plans for your future? Dreams for the future? Comatose. Charts. Mitosis. What? Right? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Yeah, see, so the game's responding to the fact that I'm just standing here. More charts. Yeah, well, we'll continue on. I mean, like I said, there's lots of little things all the way through this. Every time you walk through a door, of course, it closes because you've made a choice.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now you can, of course, go downstairs. It's another choice. Choices, but we're gonna do what the man says. We're gonna do what he says. What's down here? Executive bathroom. Can't go in. Nope. What about this one? Can't go into that one. Business time. Right, let's go in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
See, so he's narrating and we can hear it. So it's 2845. We're not going to put that in. We're going to go with 3333.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
4256.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the 2845.
He's getting annoyed.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, so I think he was supposed to say stuff, but I was interrupting it because I was being impatient. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's continue on. So there's lots of choices. And there's often things to do that are not what you would normally do. But we're still going with the compliance. We're following what he tells us to do. Even, like, I knew that that button thing wasn't going to work. And I knew that eventually he would just let us through. So I recently upgraded my my copy of XSplit, so now I'm recording in 1080p. Let me know if you're enjoying that.
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah. So like
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Right. So here's another choice: escape or mind control facility. Escape, mind control facility. Now, oh, there's just so many things to show you. We'll do compliance. It's fine. We'll do it, and then we're gonna do non-compliance, I think, because those are the two main fun ones.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yep, so still getting some more narration, obviously. Must be a button here somewhere.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yep, so I'm up there somewhere. 427. I'm employee 427. I can't remember where it was, but it's all right.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There I am. 427. That was me. Oh, and yep, we can see our office, so it's accurate. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
No. He refused to believe it.
Refused!
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Right, so I'm going to dismantle the controls. So we can go through to the facility power. I think there is something up here as well. I'm not sure what it does. I don't know if I've actually done this. This might be the buttons ending, but I can't remember. Generally, yeah, there's always choices. Oh, that wasn't it. That didn't do anything. Okay, well, let's go through the facility power door. And let's see what the compliance ending looks like. Right. Mind control device idle. Oh, 5. Let's press 5. They do nothing. The buttons do nothing. Stupid placebo buttons. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So yeah, I think at this point, yeah, like I said, there's always choices. There's so many choices in this game, and you can get so many different endings, and they pay off. But we'll do what he said, and then we're gonna leave essentially. I think. So we are still walking around.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So that is the compliance ending. That was an ending. We beat the game. Beaten. But it's the Stanley Parable. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Here we are again. So this time, we're not doing anything this guy says. We're just gonna... I'm gonna show you...
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Yep,
so like I said, the game changes as you go through. So we've beaten it once, so now it's changed. Like he said, different stuff. Oh yeah, so there's a whole sequence that you can do to... Yeah, anyways. That involves like touching doorknobs a certain amount of times and stuff. I had to look it up online, obviously. Certainly not.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I did not. I'm not doing it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did know it.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Here we go.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
And we can stand here and he'll start talking crap about us. It's awesome. Which we're gonna do. We're gonna listen. I hope you.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
He's so sarcastic. He's so much funnier when you stop listening to what he tells you.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
That's so rude. Oh, we'll go now. We'll go now.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I didn't, though. I didn't!
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, I am so bad at following directions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. I love it. Like, he gets so annoyed, though, when you start doing stuff that he doesn't want you to. Right, here we go.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No! I won't do it!
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No!
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Now check it out. The blue door's behind us, because they really, really want you to follow his instructions, but we're not doing it.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Yeah.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Yeah, totally.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
It
Go ahead,
does.
Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Let's take it for a spin.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Worldwide leaderboard. Look at that. Oh, wow. Did you know that skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of player chose the blue door. Or more. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? You are 9,328 out of 9,328 players. Why not ask some friends for help? Air friends list empty. Oh, so rude. This game is so rude.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Yes.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I wouldn't.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Let's do it. Let's play this new game. So like I said, the game starts getting kooky.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So you can play this for 4 hours, and it does get you, it does change what happens. People have done it. If you want to see that, I recommend looking at it on YouTube, because I'm not going to do it. We're going to let him burn. We're going to let him burn. Burn, baby.
Yeah. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Oh, he's so sarcastic.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I love him. He's amazing.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
He's as good at Minecraft as I am. It's awesome.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
He built a
I made
house.
this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I definitely am going to do that. Let's go inside his house.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
All right, let's go mining. We are now playing Stanley Parable Minecraft. Minecraft edition.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I haven't, but let's keep going anyway.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Nice. Yeah, so unbelievably sarcastic. We just played some Minecraft, essentially. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I certainly am.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
In case some of you out there have not played this before, this is Portal. This is how Portal opens. That radio is playing the people doing science on people who are still alive.
Oh,
a puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
It is a puzzle.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Let's do some puzzles. We're playing some Portal.
Genius.
Yeah, I am a
No,
genius,
actually,
thanks.
you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any...
So, we're out of the narrators. Oh, I don't know where I just went. Oh, I fell into a hallway. Weird. Right. Yeah, so the narrator can't talk to us down here for some reason, because this is all, like, old developer hallways, you know? So we're down here, just chilling out, walking around. Yeah. So, like I said, the game is super weird, and I mean, those of you who are still watching, I hope you're like I love this game. I've beaten it so many different ways, and I'm still having a great time playing it right now. This video is probably going to go on a little bit long. I am not sorry. I'm not sorry. You guys can enjoy. Oh, there's the light. We found the light. Oh, and some monitors. That's pretty cool. Yeah, here we go. The light probably indicates, see, 427. That's us. That's our number. You guys remember our number? 427. Let's mess with stuff. Can I do anything? I want to do something. I want to do something. What's in there? Oh, yeah, just security cameras. I can't remember. Oh, there's more lights down here. Or is this just the same light? Oh. What happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
He's making us wait. He's making us wait for the end to come. Ugh. This game. So here we are again, guys. So that's 3 different endings right there. I think the game has like 26 different endings, something like that. but I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you guys just pick up the game and play it, because it is really fun. I mean, every single choice that you guys saw there, even when I jumped off of the thing onto the catwalk, that's a choice. That's another choice to do that. Making the left-hand turn to the escape. I mean, just there are so many different branches to go down. Some of them end with you dying. It's good. Anyways, comment in the comment section if you enjoyed the video, or if you like the 1080p, because that's a new thing for me. I've recently gotten my my better headphones back, which I had left in Dunedin, so the sound quality should get better. Yeah, just in general, let me know what's going on with you. Let me know if there's any specific games that you want me to play, because, as I said, this was a request, and I'm following through with those requests. So, yeah, let me know. Anyways, class dismissed.